I went into the reception to see is there anyone in there, and there was a kid at the reception computer playing Counter-Strike. I was like, what are you doing playing Counter-Strike? You're about 15 years too young for that shit.
It's like, no, you're 15 years too old.
Noob.
Nope. Oh.
Get up the fuck, you boy.
Ben just gave us the 2 fingers.
Fuck him. I hope he knows about bikes.
You'll never guess what.
What?
We're going the wrong way.
You're an actor.
Are we? I don't know. You need to stop.
Why?
Your boxes are on the wrong way round.
What?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
They are. They fucking are. Pull in there.
You're fucking messing. I actually even thought of it this morning. I was like, I better put these on the right route. I don't believe it.
I believe it.
That's
a mess, are you? I was just looking at you there going, what? Something's wrong there. Something's wrong. Like. That's your fucking...
I'm after putting the fucking, sticking the thing to it as well in exactly the wrong place.
What's the thing?
Like the camera.
Oh.
It's in exactly the wrong place now. Although I'll be looking at the back now, won't I?
Looking at me blowing you kisses.
Yeah. More. That's fucking stupid. Basic mistakes.
I could have been a total cunt about it and said nothing. Like.
Yeah. It's only I said it was like, hang the fuck on. Why is this bike feel so fucking janky today?
The camera pointing, you're going to have to change the angle of the camera as well.
Yeah. First things first.
Let's get it all done, like.
Yeah. Let's get all the things done now.
Let's get it all done now.
Yeah. Right.
I was just looking, I was like, there's definitely something wrong there. There's definitely something wrong.
What's wrong with this picture? He's got beat us down.
Right, I urgently need petrol.
Okay. So let's go. We're clear. You just go extra fast, we'll get there quicker and you get petrol.
I'm just looking down there, see if there's any petrol down there. Like.
Yeah.
There must be petrol down there.
There has to be. Oh, that actually feels a bit better. Funnily enough.
It's better now that I have a bit of petrol.
Yeah, full thing of petrol, it's always a nice fucking feeling, you know. Come on to fuck, man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, still behind you, it's just this fucking... I found the one Italian in Italy that hates speed crimes.
Oh, thank God they're fucking off. Now these two are looking where to go. Come on. An anal crash crash.
Anal crash crash. 34. It's actually getting hotter. You're going right?
Going right, yeah, but it's cut across that fucking... Go down the other end, go down the other end.
Watch.
Oh, bollocks. I know what that is.
What? What?
Is everything filled in, I wonder?
The what?
Yeah.
Oh, bollocks. I didn't see it and fall now.
And then that came out as well, look, when I got off. That was taking me.
Yes, it's all together. Right, swinging around to the right, and then left at the roundabout to go past the thing. Howdy folks, welcome to the next day along. I'll leave you with some decent footage of one of our sort of longer runs across country. So today, this was, I forget what day it is, anyway, this was going from where we stopped yesterday in Trento down by Lake Garda and eventually finishing up in Bologna, or some of the surrounds of Bologna. This is a bit of a diversion from what we'd planned, but again, as I said last time, just fucking plan as you go, and it was grand. We didn't make as much progress as we wanted to make this time, and for a couple of different reasons. This was kind of a little bit of a reality check day. Like, it was probably one of my least favourite days of the trip. Couple of small things went wrong. You probably saw I put my fucking boxes on backwards like a dope. Wasn't a big deal, but could have been a big deal if the weight was off, or if I was throwing the bike around or something like that. What else? My back brakes started sort of getting saggy, which was weird. They still worked, I just had to step on them. Possibly because it started to get very warm today. It was up around 36, 37 degrees Celsius at one point, and that possibly was the cause of the brakes. But anyway, I also discovered I'd left a bunch of stuff at home. So, like my portable hard drive that I mentioned last time, a couple of camera bits, which contributed to the shite audio quality. You saw a couple of seconds of the rear facing camera that I had on the boxes, which was kind of shite because of vibrations, and it's not a great camera. And Lake Garda was a fucking shit show. Like, we went, down beside Lake Garda. We were like, oh, this will be grand, and it turns out it was whatever about high season or anything like that. There was still plenty of cars out there and plenty of dopes that had no business being on the road. Just like lots of rental cars with people not deciding where they can go, where they want to go, being slow, not paying attention. It was just traffic. And by the time we cleared Lake Garda, it wasn't great. We were sort of at a point where we said, hang on, we're not making it even close to where we planned to get to today. We'll probably make it to Bologna or the outskirts of Bologna, and we'll just fucking sort ourselves out there. And we were in bits at this point. Like, the video probably doesn't show it, but like 33 to 35 degree heat is fucking no crack when you're up on a bike all day. And especially since like Graham was in leathers, I had textiles on and I was able to open up some of my flaps, but it was bad crack. So we stopped a few times just for water breaks, and not try not to let the bikes overheat, that sort of stuff. So when we stopped south of Lake Garda, we changed plans, and we found a fairly nice hotel. It was still pretty cheap actually, but we found a fairly nice hotel in Bologna. It was one of our last sort of big city stops. We don't try not to make too many of those, but we went into the city anyway. Got a hotel, went into the hotel and sort of said, where can we leave the bikes? Hotels are actually really good about bikes actually. Down there generally you show up and say, we have 2 bikes, can we please not leave them sitting in a parking spot outside? Everybody sorted us, like everybody. There was nobody who was just like, parking spots lads, sorry. You saw probably right at the start of the video, we came out of a sort of a shed or garage that was across the road from the hotel that we were in, that they sorted us out with, and they gave us the clicker for the garage, and they were dead sound. So that worked out really well. So yeah, slow progress, slower than I would have thought. The first part of the day was pretty nice coming out of this place. As we got down south of Lake Garda, it got hot. The terrain got just kind of just go on the road. It wasn't great crack. Turns out a sign of things to come, but we didn't know that just yet. And just lots of things were closed as well for the season. We ran into a couple of petrol stations that were just closed. It was just like, sorry lads, see you in April. So some of it's very seasonal down there, especially as you get further south. I also am kicking on with some of the questions that people have, and I'm going to do them in order. So from earlier videos, I've a couple of questions from Gorilla Biker. Shouts out to Gorilla Biker about shipping the bikes and what the story was there with logistics. So we ship the bikes with Overlanders, overlanders.ie. It depends on the kind of bike. My bike costs more than Graham's to do, but I think my bike costs about €550 to ship. Now, what that involves is you drop it down to Gory, and they say, okay, between this date and this date, roughly 2 weeks apart, they'll be in Memmingen in Germany, and you can fly out to get them. Now, Memmingen is just outside of Munich. It's a little sort of a former military airbase that tiny regional flights go into. But one of the flights that goes into it is a direct flight, Ryanair from Dublin. So you get your 60 quid flight, get off the plane, walk out of the terminal, walk for about 10 minutes, and there's your bike. So that was class. Compared to actually trying to ride a bike down to Germany, yeah, no contest. It's actually cheap for what it is. So depends on the kind of bike. If you have a huge big Goldwing, they're gonna charge you more than if you're doing that. And even the difference between the 1290 Adventure that I was on and the Aprilia that Graham was on, yeah, there was a bit in the difference between that. What else? What did you do about footage and charging and stuff like that? So what I did was, in theory, what I did was bring a small laptop. I have a small laptop and a portable hard drive to just dump all the footage onto. I didn't try and do any sort of editing, just like empty the SD card every day. That's it. Now it turns out that I left my fucking hard drive at home, so I was using the laptop's hard drive, which eventually filled up. But that's essentially what I did. Empty the SD cards every night. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, because I was doing Graham's as well. If I was doing a week's trip, what I would do is I would probably just bring a load of SD cards. SD cards are dirt cheap these days, and modern cameras can take like a 128 gig card, which is probably enough for 2 days. So I get a 128 gig card. It's probably, I think they're like 20-25 quid each if you shop around. Like less than 100 quid will have you enough cards to not have to worry about this for any trip you're going on for about a week. Charging, I mean, we were staying in hotels, so we weren't camping on this trip. And even the shittiest little hostel always had an electrical outlet, so just take your phone charger, and that's that. And also on the bike I have a 12-volt socket with USB, and 1290 has a little phone pocket on the front with a little USB in it as well, so charging wasn't really a bother. What Graham did, I didn't bother doing it, was he has one of those phone power packs that he actually just hooks up to his camera and has it running all day. That's totally doable. A lot of cameras will support that. Graham uses the Sena 10C Pro, and that totally supports that. Just leave it there, never need to worry about the battery. 120 gig card or even a 64 will do you for the day. And again, you then have to sift through all of the footage. And a good way I do it is I make my videos in iMovie, and I actually just look at iMovie has a view where you can show the waveform of the audio, and you can see the difference between just like engine noise versus people talking, and I tend to just scroll through and see what to grab based off of that. So that is that. Yeah, this was obviously my least favorite day thus far. It was the first day that was kind of tough going, but we eventually got to a pretty nice hotel and got bedded down. But yeah, and we ended up in Bologna. So okay, there's a bit more footage to come, but that's your lot for today. Talk to you next time.
It's very cold. It's very warm. Can I go again? It's only down to 32. Smart cars. Remember them?
Yeah. I remember in Belgium and saw this pug in a smart car.
Yeah.
And he was fucking out at me, like. And I was fucking pissed drunk, and I was just fucking hilariously funny for some reason. Pug in a smart car.
Yeah, it's like the definition of a helpless person. Like, you own both a pug and a smart car. It's like you've got like
helpless issues.
When any kind of apocalypse comes, you'll be dead within 5 minutes. lights, man. Out of fucking nowhere.
I should skip up ahead of him.
Ah, no. Fuck it. Just gonna sit here and stew me on juices instead.
When we're about 20 minutes out or 30 minutes out, can we stop for some water?
Yeah. We're 37 out now, so I won't be long. Yeah, you're not wrong. What's that?
I don't know if my helmet's going to fit on my head now as soon as I took it off.
Big pulsating fucking.
What?
It's 38 degrees there, it is, but couldn't be.
34 says on my thing. We're taking our left up here. Or maybe we're just following the road because this thing's stupid, but either way. That's a fucking. Is this our.
Keep going, you're off the right way, the right way.
Fucking better.
Yeah. There's the mountains around over to the right. Oh, come on.
Oh yeah.
Going up them.
Let's go up them. Get the fuck these cunts. Thank you.
Right, and then where do we go?
Hang on. Yeah, straight on for a little bit. What should do is and then it's right, left on the roundabout.
Left.
Like actually turning left, yeah.
One, you go ahead. Go, you go. You go. Oh, and I'm going to sneak in behind.
It's just up here on the right.
Yeah, Hotel Cosmopolitan, there it is there.
Where?
Just there on the right.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Past there.
Stupid cunt. Right. Come right, just go in the park, I'll come round to you. Job.
Media connected.